Yeah, call this tune a journey. You know, there's certain times when I was growing up in life, little one just like walking the little Stonebridge roads. I mean, I used to grow up, I used to ask my granddad questions, my grandma, my mother. They used to tell me all different type of scenarios, certain trials and tribulations, what they went through in life. You get me? But when granddad first came over the ships with his best friend, they had to all shack up in one room and they had to hustle for the dough. Yeah, Stonebridge is where I'm rising from. I crack pipes and guns. My life come through high-rise flats and duns. Simply where I'm living is the mission. I'm giving myself the vision and the wisdom of getting the cash avoiding prison. Starts from the old tradition, when my grandparents absorbed religion. They came from the poorest living. So all around the west, when the chance was given, they started arranging ships. I left for England. In the cabins, gospel singing. Now granddad is working, killing himself to get the shilling, to send for his wife and children. Strong beliefs, eating corned beef. You folks to achieve through sore feet. Shortly after a few years of ways and tears, battling the teddy boys when they appeared, it appeared that there was a future here. So my parents went through school years. Those who did not drink brews and beers, shouting the precinct, kept pissing on the stairs. Yeah, it's like in a certain time my mum used to tell me when she first started at school. She went to school in Kilburn, Northwest 6. And it's like at the time there was only 2 other black girls in her whole school in her. So you can imagine, I mean, this was the late 50s, early 60s. So you can imagine the height of the racial tension. Yeah, those who did dark living at the sight of attending school, they had to fight through the racial abuse. Imagine walking through the corridors and treated like a fool. Those who managed to cope with the school, they passed with a few grades or two. Back then it was called O-levels. Some abuse blew a fuse, had them bruising the shit out of a white dude, then kicked out by the principal and deemed as rude. Now they have to work like a peasant for the peasants, loving them tenants on park benches. Some hustle hard for the pences, or just to pay their rent quick, so let me get through. Or their parents with them O-levels, treated like a gold medal, but the colour turned to scrap metal. The pay they got was shekels, so the West get intellectual, but shit is getting technical, cause our fathers are flexing sexual, like it's all expected to do. Yeah. See, about this time, I mean, it's when my mum actually met my dad, you know what I mean? I mean, this was the 70s in a deep decade for me, revolution at its highest. You had Bob Whalen, you had Marvin, you had Curtis Mayfield, Afro Puffs, the Panthers. I mean, it was a roller coaster of emotion for my mum still, and all the single mothers all around the ghetto. It's happiness thereafter. High-rise flats built by Maggie Thatcher. Was it a mental factor? It was all built on graveyard space. They gave it a name, they called it Stonebridge Estate. Some mum never knew back in the day that it would emulate into a mental cage, cause the queen wanted her own space. These estates look so amazing. New clean flats for mortgage paying and kid raising, Jesus praising, and the big ravens. In this ghetto population help stop the ovulation, then out pop the no nation. Degradee enters a civilization. A baby in the house, fuel and money making, heated debating, around the bills we needed paying, women complaining, men raging, had couples separating, now they're single parent raisins, and a lack of savings. So now slowly rotten buildings with poor people living, trying hard to raise the children, single women, working hard struggling, while we're on the streets mugging, and we bopping with cousins, with modern art groups of half a dozen, so all around London, and all the small pockets you come from. The late 80s came the crackdown, action spoke louder than words, it's like a shotgun. The streets got gradually hot like a cross bun. Now there's more stabbers and shots in the hot sun. Catch the beast wagon with the cops and the cameras, surrounded by CCTVs on this landmass. Now we call gangsters and criminals, while our old grandfolk call us flipping rude. It's too hard, there's no one we listen to, and the sad mums get the gripping news. Her son just got hit with 2, or he ain't getting out to when he's 52. It's all mystical, how the generation moves through the physical. It's a journey of the spiritual, it's a journey of the spiritual. You know, we gotta big up all the ghettos in and around London, you know. Up north, Manchester, Liverpool, Leeds, Birmingham. It's all the same thing, similar stories. Shout out to all the generations, my granddad age group, my mother age group, the youth them. Listen, we're all the same souls, you know, we're just travelling in different time zones. Some of now I can just see this whole place getting even worse than what it is. So, I can just see the future in Africa, you know. No nation, we out!